Hondo Ohnaka was born on the planet Sriluur and became the leader of the Ohnaka Gang during the Clone Wars. Based on the Outer Rim planet of Florum, the gang raided starships and held travellers for ransom. However, Ohnaka was called on by the Galactic Republic many a time during the wars to help in their fight against the Separatists. Furthermore, the Weequay pirate became romantically involved with the bounty hunter Aurra Sing during this time, though the relationship never lasted. After the downfall of the Republic, he never just faded into obscurity. Welcome to Lekankruzan's Star Wars Lore Episode 108, The Rise of Hondo Ohnaka. During the Clone Wars, on the planet of Vancor, which was not far from Florum, the Ohnaka Gang came across something spectacular: Count Dooku's crashed solar sailor. As his team were scavenging the wreckage, Hondo was confronted by Dooku, the leader of the CIS. With no alternative, the Count accepted Ohnaka's offer to transport him off-world. Whilst on the way back to Florum, seeing an opportunity to make a lot of credits, the gang disarmed Dooku and took him prisoner. Hoping to sell the prisoner to the Republic, the pirate contacted Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, demanding a ransom of 1 million credits worth of spice. Accepting the bounty, Palpatine sent Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker to Florum. The two completed the transaction with Ohnaka. However, their business wasn't quite complete. He invited the Jedi to a banquet alongside his gang, but after spiking the guests' drinks, Hondo also imprisoned them, hoping to potentially treble the ransom. Unbeknownst to the Galactic Republic, the two Jedi were placed in the same prison cell as Dooku. Still unaware of the events, the Republic dispatched Senator Karras and Gungan representative Jar Jar Binks, along with clone troopers, to deliver the spice ransom to the Ohnaka Gang. Unfortunately, Turk Falso, one of Hondo's pirates, double-crossed him. Without the knowledge of Ohnaka, Turk had the arriving Republic shuttle shot down. Misleading his leader, the pirate claimed the party was delayed. After the survivors of the crash destroyed Turk's forces, he reported to Hondo that the Republic had sent an army instead of a ransom. In response, the gang leader, believing the lies, deployed several tanks to defeat the enemy. In the meantime, Kenobi, Skywalker and Dooku had managed to escape their cell. As Dooku took off in one of Hondo's ships after killing Turk and some other pirates, the two Jedi took the gang leader hostage. However, Obi-Wan told his former Padawan to let the pirate go, claiming since Dooku escaped, they had no reason to quarrel with Ohnaka. Hondo appreciated the gesture and so had his men stand down, allowing the Jedi to leave Florum in peace. Not long after, the Ohnaka Gang began raiding a Nycillan spice farm on Felucia. To counter this, the villagers hired 4 bounty hunters for protection. Unfortunately, it wasn't just the bounty hunters Hondo and his pirates had to deal with on their next raid. Kenobi and Skywalker were investigating the disappearance of a Republic medical station which orbited Felucia when they came across the villagers, who expressed their concerns over the raiders. He initially appeared friendly towards the Jedi before demanding the villagers gather more Nycillan for him. Whilst the pirate gang were away from the village, the Jedi trained the Felucian villagers to counter the pirates. After one of Ohnaka's scouts failed to return from the village, Hondo launched an attack. During the conflict, the pirate killed one of the bounty hunters before fighting Skywalker in a duel, using his electrostaff against his opponent's lightsaber. Anakin gained the upper hand over Hondo and knocked him off a nearby cliff. Clinging on for his life, Ohnaka begged for mercy. Although the Jedi pulled him up, the pirate distracted him and escaped the village alongside the other surviving pirates. Later in the Clone Wars, Ohnaka was reunited with his former lover, Aurra Sing. Though they never patched things up, he did get a kiss, so Hondo was still in the game. Hondo never wanted to help Aurra and her bounty hunter friends, but he never stood in their way. The pirate was later asked by Anakin Skywalker to deliver rocket launchers to a group of rebels to aid in their fight against the Separatists. He done so after striking a deal. Not long after, the Ohnaka Gang intercepted the Crucible, a Jedi training cruiser. The leader done so to profit from stealing Kyber crystals. The attack never went as planned, with Ohnaka facing some resistance, resulting in the loss of some pirates. However, he was able to kidnap Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano from the ship. Tano was transported to Hondo's base on Florum, where he planned to make a lot of money from selling her. Unfortunately, the 6 Jedi younglings from the Crucible made their way to Florum and cunningly rescued the Padawan. At this point, it's safe to say Hondo could not keep prisoners. Whilst Hondo's pirates pursued the younglings and Ahsoka, General Grievous launched an attack on Florum. This was at the request of Count Dooku, who wanted revenge for taking him prisoner near the beginning of the Clone Wars. The Separatists began dismantling the pirates' base and vehicles whilst Ohnaka was imprisoned. However, he was, you guessed it, rescued by the Jedi. Working together, Ohnaka, Tano and the younglings escaped Grievous and made their way to a Republic cruiser. Tano and Ohnaka gained a mutual respect after the events on Florum, and so let bygones be bygones. To conclude Hondo's involvement with the Clone Wars, he had to fend off the Zabrak brothers Darth Maul and Savage Opress, who had travelled to Florum and lured some of his pirates away from him. Along with their new forces, the two attacked Hondo's base. With help from Obi-Wan and Adi Gallia, the group forced Maul and Opress into retreating. After the Galactic Republic transitioned into the Galactic Empire, the Ohnaka Gang was disbanded by Imperials. Because of this, Hondo was forced to continue piracy alone. Around 4 BBY, Ohnaka overran Cicatro Vizago's starship. However, the crime lord had managed to send out a distress signal, which was received by Ezra Bridger and his astromech droid Chopper, both of whom were members of the Lothal rebels. When the two boarded the Broken Horn, Hondo claimed he had won the ship in a game of sabacc, a little white lie. Shortly after, the ship was spotted and attacked by Imperials. However, the three got away. Ohnaka and Ezra began working together, and at one point he even suggested his new companion become a pirate Jedi, a truly unique proposition. Due to their teamwork, the pirate managed to make a lot of credits. Not long after, Ohnaka told Bridger where they could rescue refugees captured by the Empire. After successfully completing the rescue and following the rebels' departure, the pirate was cornered by many stormtroopers. Being one for double-crossing his friends to save himself, he led the soldiers to the rebels. Unbeknownst to the Imperials, Hondo contacted Ezra and warned him of the approaching enemies. During the firefight, he helped out the rebels as much as he could without appearing suspicious, which allowed the group to flee. Unfortunately, he was captured and used as a tool to track down Bridger. Due to the tracker and the communication device Ohnaka used to contact the Jedi, the Imperials were able to locate the ghost. Thankfully, the rebels managed to escape. However, the pirate was still in custody. Now it's time for this week's question, and unusually, it's not about today's character. Instead, I want to ask you if you would like any other lore series on this channel, and if so, what series exactly? Just so you know, Star Wars lore will forever be part of this channel. Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for the feedback. Remember to vote for next week's episode by liking one of the 3 comments below, and for more Star Wars lore, keep along here to the Carcassons. Capable of destroying entire planets, the weapon ran off quintessence, an omnipresent dark energy in the galaxy, meaning the First Order had a nearly unlimited power source. The dark energy was gathered in stages by collectors on one side of the world,